Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm just doing a quick little arrangement of plants for my patio, and so I thought I'd take you along for the journey. Today we're going to be planting up this arborvitae. This is a Brandon arborvitae, so this gets about 5 to 6 feet wide and can get 12 to 15 tall. And it is hardy down to -40. Now, I'm not actually planting this in the ground. These 3 plants are going to go in some pottery that are on my patio. I want to have some interest kind of over here with some evergreens and some other kind of more substantial arrangements, if you will, on the patio. So we're going to plant this arborvitae up in a pot, and then we're also going to do this here, which is a Cucarella, and this gets hardy down to -30. So this I won't keep in the pottery over winter. I'll put it in the ground once fall comes, but the arborvitae and the boxwood, which I'm going to be planting here, can all withstand winter in these pots as long as they're pretty protected. The boxwood is a green velvet. This is hardy down to -30 degrees, and it does get a little bit of variation on it. These plants are going to be mostly in shade, so they're on the back of my house on the patio, which is pretty covered from sun. So they won't, as far as the boxwood, the variegation may definitely go away. That happens when they don't get a lot of sunlight. The arborvitae will not grow to mature size in a pot and in the shade, and the Cucarella will be fine in shade as well. So wanted to get these 3 things planted up, but in the process I wanted to kind of share with you about some different ideas that you can do for your patio. So if you are wanting to have some, height, something that's a little bit more dramatic, or just having some more structure on your patio or near your house where you can't necessarily plant something in the ground, you can certainly go the route of doing plants in pots. So a couple tips that you want to take into consideration when you're doing that potentially is that you use pots that are thick. So the thicker the pot, the better. It's going to keep the root ball more protected during the winter. The plants that you're choosing, if you do get a very cold winter like I do here, you want to make sure that most of the plants that you're putting in these pots are going to be rated. A good rule of thumb is 2 growing zones lower than your zone. So I'm a zone 4B. The boxwood and the arborvitae can go down to a zone 2. So I'm not super concerned about them. You could certainly, if you want to have stuff on your patio but don't have anywhere to overwinter it or plant it in the ground, you can certainly see if a friend or family member wants it, or give it away to someone for free, or whatever it might be. But so there are options. Just like I said, good rule of thumb is making sure that you have thick pottery being used, and then also the plants that you're putting them, if you want to keep them in those pots over winter, that it's at least 2 growing zones lower than your current growing zone. So that's what I got for you. Let's go ahead and get these potted. All right, so next up I want to do a few more plantings here for the patio area. So I did that trio for on the side of this hutch that's behind me. On the hutch, I have some areas to hang stuff. Now I wanted to bring a plant element in if I could. So I found at an antique store this black iron, I think it was like a mail sorter or a file holder or something like that. So I don't know if you can see, but it's got some dimension to it. I've went ahead and lined it with chicken wire because what I'm going to do is line these pockets with moss, and then I'm going to put plants in them. So the plants that I'm planning to do, I'm going to do an English ivy, some begonia, coleus, and this variegated vinca vine called Illumination. It's got this beautiful kind of chartreuse green yellow with a dark green edge on the leaf. And I really think that these colors combined against this black will really pop and mix well with the moss. These are all shade loving because this part of my house in the patio gets shade all day. So I wanted to make sure that whatever I put here can withstand some shade. So I'm going to go ahead and get this stuffed with moss. We'll see how this goes. Not quite sure how it's going to turn out, but I'm excited. So we are going to do one more type of arrangement to kind of spruce up the patio area. This is kind of an experiment. I've not done this outside, at least. But we're going to do kind of my own version of, I think it's the kokodama, I think is how you pronounce it, where you essentially make a moss ball around the root ball of a plant, and then you hang it from your ceiling using like fishing line or string or whatever it might be. I'm going to do a variation of that, but using grapevine balls. And then I found at the local antique place, sorry, there's a weed whacker in the background. At a local antique place, I found these two metal spheres, and so I'm going to cut out a portion of it to be able to put a plant in each. And then I'm going to hang them from the overhang on my house, which you can kind of see up above here, on either side of a banquette that I have here on the patio. So this is a total experiment. I have no idea if this will work, if my vision will even be what I'm hoping it will be, but we're just gonna have fun with it and give it a try, and if it works out, hopefully it inspires you all to think outside the box when it comes to different arrangements. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so there you have it. That's 3 different ways that you can do arrangements on your patio. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to like it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I want to make more videos in the future and hopefully connect with more people. So the more you subscribe, the more I can connect with you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Which is your favorite arrangement? Are you going to try any of them? If you are going to, what are you thinking of planting? I'd love to hear from you. So thank you and have a good day.